Here, we just fired it up right now. So,
Cool beans,
but
man. You
anyways,
give me a definite sign.
yeah, for sure. We're now live here. I'll start sending out links and we'll get some viewers in here. So no pressure quite yet. But this is week 1 of the Tier 3 racing. As the links are getting posted all around on our Twitter page and our YouTube page and whatnot. So please give us a follow on all those, as we're now live on Twitch. But like I said, this is race week 1 of the Tier 3 League, where we do run the F2 cars here. We've got a lot of familiar faces from both Tier 1 and Tier 2, as it is all just a, I don't want to say a run-amok league, but it's a league that all these guys wanted to do, or a bunch of these guys wanted to do, so they can give these F2 cars a go, and it's going to give us some high-quality racing today, is what we're hoping to see. So I'm joined today with a new addition to our broadcast team. As you can just talk right over the qualifying, as it's kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with Wee Cammy here. So Cammy, introduce yourself and kind of let everyone know what you're all about here, bud.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem. Buzzing to be here, everyone. And we're starting off on Series 3 with the Mexico GP on Formula 2. I'll give you guys a quick run through the track. I mean, you can't really see it all in front of you right now, but obviously we have to start off just out the pits at the start line. You have the front straight with the speed trap at the end of it. Then you go into the first 3 corners. That's Moises Solana, that's called. It looks quite interesting, I think, with a little bit of traction control, and obviously the F2 cars are rather slippy sometimes. We go on to the back straight from there. Into the DRS zone, into corners, turns 4, 5, and 6, the Presidencial curve, and the Rebaque, the struggle with that one curve. An interesting setup. You obviously have that 90 degree, near 90 degree turn 4 into turn 5, 90 degree again, even actually it's probably an acute angle because it's that sharp, into turn 6, which is more of a kind of semicircle as you go out of turn 6 onto that small straight. Then we go into the essays with 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, which is kind of a weave in and out. Obviously, after turn 11, we hit that DRS zone as we go into the stadium sector with turns 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. I think going to be fairly interesting for everyone to get through that if we're all bunched up by the end of lap 1, but it should make for a very interesting race. Then we come back round onto the long straight, and we go around again and again and again until eventually that checkered flag waves and hopefully everyone crosses the line. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Exactly that, and I'm just going to sit on board with Freeman here, as he is currently last, so maybe I'll jump up to someone else, but I'm excited to see what happens. Is we got a lot of good drivers here, a lot from, like I said, the Tier 2 and Tier 1 series, but we do have a lot of high-quality drivers in Tier 2, so it'd be really enjoyable to see a couple of those guys kind of fight for with the Tier 1 drivers and show that just because they're down in Tier 2 doesn't make them a slouch, really. So I'm excited to see that. But it's going to be some sort of getting used to here with these F2 cars, as I think you mentioned before there, the traction isn't as good as the F1 cars. So we may see a lot of guys kind of losing it today, as I'm on with Kit Link coming into that stadium section, as you mentioned before. Currently
he's
in
hit that corner
FP2.
well. Let's see if he moves up. I don't know if it's his qualifying lap, but
it is the qualifying lap. It is a one-shot qualifying. It seems that we lost Tim Lee early on, so he'll be starting on the back of the grid. Kenny in pole, Best Pawns in third, Smokeman in fourth. Some solid times there. And it seems like we had quite a few crashes from the rest of the field there, as they're still getting used to, we said, these F2 cars here. So.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I jumped into a practice session earlier on just to have a little play around, and I do a lot of the F1, but when it comes to the F2, the throttle's I'm just too heavy on it, and you know, I end up losing the back end, and before you know it, you're kissing the wall. So it's not the easiest thing to get used to. It really isn't. And to be fair, for most people that have actually qualified, Um, if we nip down the list, there's a couple of people that haven't quite made it, and someone with no time. But you know, 13 out of the 20 of us have all qualified, so I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
7
fairly
out.
decent.
Yeah, that's crazy. 7
Yeah,
drivers, unfortunately, we're not able to. Well, we'll just say pushed it too much.
yeah. To be fair, it might not always be worth starting further back because you never know what's going to happen going into that first corner. Could
Totally
be
fair.
absolute mayhem, mayhem. It is this. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? Like it's not completely avoidable at all times because we've seen best drivers in the world crash out over the last few weeks in Formula One and Two. So who's to say there'll be any difference on here? You know, not the
Exactly.
easiest thing.
Completely agree. It is a trickier task here. As some guys just off the top of my head, Cam, he's known to be one of the really fast drivers of this grid, but when he finds himself in an F2 car, he seems somewhat pedestrian in a way, which is kind of funny. But hopefully he can find his groove because he is, like I said, one of the quicker guys in this series or Midwest F1 League here. So it'd be really nice to see him kind of pick up the pace. But right now we're going to see Kenny, who is also known as one of the fast guys in Tier 1, up at pole today. So maybe he can come home
Oh
with
yeah.
his first win. As I'm not sure if you've checked out the Midwest F1 League there, but actually we'll get to that in a second here. As we got 5 red lights, and like I said, Kenny
And the
up at the
lights are
top.
out. We're going. Good starts from everyone, to be fair. No one's really hanging too far behind. But
Kitlink
it's
actually
going to
dropped
be.
back 3 positions there.
Did he? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even
Kenny's
notice that
lost
there.
out twice.
Oh, he's gone. No, yeah, he's dropped behind in number 7 there. He's backed up a little bit there, but no one seems to have made a mistake. Oh, there's a yellow flag though, and someone's spun out already.
That'd be C.
Don't know who that
Berry.
is.
And Monkey Mafia seem to have lost control there as we
Oh
and
no.
we've got a big jump up at the back there. We're gonna stay up with the front pack here. Because we'll get right on board with I believe that's a safety car that everyone's getting told about.
Oh yeah. It looks like it.
Yes, it is a safety car. It comes out real early in this week 1 tier 3.
There's a 5-second penalty as well for someone there. I didn't quite catch who that was, but it's been quite interesting for a start. You can say that for sure. At least no one's out yet though. No one's slipped up that badly at the start.
Very
But,
true. Freeman right now is the big winner of the day, jumping up 10 positions. Unfortunately,
yeah.
Seabury is the big loser with 11, and the only person not to have moved a spot is Noganator, who somehow, after all that chaos, kept his position of 6th place.
He's happy sat there, isn't he? He's quite relaxed and sick.
How could you
I
not
think
be
he may
after
have
with
been
all
the-
that anarchy
Oh
there?
yeah. I think he may have been the only one to actually sit in that position. I think everyone else has moved a little bit, but he's just chilling, doing his thing.
For sure, yeah. Like he's the only person not to. But yeah, have we gone green? No, it doesn't seem to. These guys have. Kenny went wheel to wheel with the best pawns for a second there.
Yeah, I thought it looked like he was sitting off again, and he's been overtaken, unless he was returning a position or.
Smokeman did overtake him for a second there, but did give back that position. We see quite a few drivers head into the pits here as Seabury picks up a penalty.
Oh, we don't. Well, that's the last thing we want is penalties. I mean, if you saw the Sochi GP last week on the Sunday there, some drivers don't react very well to penalties. Lewis Hamilton being one.
There you go.
But I don't know if you saw Daniel Ricciardo. They said, Daniel, you've got a 3-second penalty, and he turned around and said, alright guys, I'll drive faster.
Exactly.
Which is pretty solid racing there. That's a good attitude to have, I'd say.
100%. It's what makes him one of the more likable guys in F1 as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, he is very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, but it's also bringing a good attitude, which a lot of these guys in the Midwest F1 League also bring as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's good to see. Obviously, like the likes of Lando Norris and Albon and Leclerc and Verstappen have really upped the social media presence of drivers recently. And I think that the Twitch streaming and all that kind of stuff and the interactions has done a lot for Formula One. And it's actually brought a lot more fans to it, you know, because people can actually, you know, feel a little bit of relatableness, I think, to say.
Yeah,
but,
they can just
with
relate.
the drivers and stuff. Yeah.
For sure. It's really cool to have that experience with the high quality drivers and the celebrities,
Yeah.
you will, and the best at what they do in this sport. To have that, you know, they like to just sit back and play video games as well, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's good to see.
For sure.
It looks like someone's warming up the tyres there. Smokey Mon, he's going for it. But, yeah, the safety car's been out for a bit now. Nearly quarter of the race.
Yeah. That's kind of... That it's about 50-50 that happens for the Midwest F1 League. It kind of gets a little chaos off the start. We get a safety car, and then everyone gets their breathing room, and then we can get to racing.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's always good to see people at that race pace, because then you get a real good eye of what's going on, really. You know what I mean?
If you look way back there, ZGS is nearly getting caught by the safety car there.
Oh, no.
He's just finished coming through the S's, which the safety car is going through now, so I'd imagine he must have spun out a little bit there.
Oh, he might have some damage, to be fair. It looks like the safety car's actually catching him up nearly.
He was for a moment there. I just had a peek at his front wing. It didn't look like he had any damage.
No. Well, from the front of the grid, you've got the best ponds up there. Kenny in second and Smokey Mon in third. Apart from that, it's been a bit of a jumble from the start in the grid. I mean, there's been quite a bit of moving up and down. Obviously, we saw Monkey Mafia drop a few places, which isn't ideal, but with that craziness at the first corner, I mean, we can't really blame anyone. These things happen, especially on races like this.
Sure. Yeah, the chaos has kind of given a couple of big winners like Freeman and Tim Lee there, and a couple of big losers in Seabury, Asenik, and ZGS as they're still trying to catch the safety car.
Yeah. To be fair, he's shut the gap quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just noticed that, to be fair. I was like, wait a minute.
And now, to give you a little bit of history on the Midwest F1 League here, I'm sure you've seen a couple of results here, but Kenny in Tier 1, we've got him at about 6 podiums, or I think it's 6 podiums through, but not 1 race win.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he's a provisional favorite who just can't get it done, to say the least.
Yeah. He's up there. He's so close, but yet so far. And it must be frustrating for him, to be fair.
Oh, for sure, 100%. And one of the races he actually wasn't there for. So it's virtually 6 podiums in 7 races for him, and not 1 win.
Oh, it's just that little final bit, the little final piece of the jigsaw that just needs to fit into place, and then, you know, once you get that first win under your belt, you know, there's a bit of confidence boost to that as well.
Oh, for sure. It's just he's just gotta break that ice. He's just gotta bust through that door.
It is what it is.
Totally. He is, like I said, one of the higher skilled drivers here, and really as the safety car does come in this lap, so unfortunately ZGS won't be able to catch the pack. Asenik should get pretty damn close. Corvette picks up another 5-second penalty for smacking the butt of the car in front of him.
Bit of slap and tickle going on.
Exactly. These drivers like to get very tight in safety cars. You see some penalties getting dished out from the stewards there.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few pop up at the bottom of the screen, and quite frankly, I mean, if you do pay attention a little bit to what's going on, you do see a little bit of cheeky bumping going on.
So it seems the Smoke Bond got a really bad start there and went from 2nd to now 5th as he's wheel to wheel with Mahi. Noganator is also right tight in that bunch going into turn 1. As he's wheel to wheel and has the inside line now on Mahi. Gets a little bit of a clip. It looks Link loses some wing. Noganator does a little Tokyo drift there around turn 3. Unfortunately loses his position as now he is not sitting in the same position he started in, going down into 7th place now.
It's definitely getting tight in that midfield because the safety cars basically just rammed everyone together in such a small space. There's still going to be a lot of fighting for positions at this rate.
For sure.
Obviously, with everyone being so close to each other, you know, there's really it keeps that energy in the race, and you know everyone has positions to fight for. Whereas, you know, when it spreads out a bit, we don't see as much battles going on. But right now, it's anyone to play for. Like one mistake could basically change the whole grid.
For sure, it could throw down a wrench everyone behind.
Oh yeah, we've seen it before. We've seen it happen in reality, in this everywhere. Sometimes it's unavoidable.
As we do see some jumbling down the grid here, I'm trying to stay on it all.
Oh, there's a lot of passing going on down there. Oh, and a yellow flag again.
I think that's just the game. Everything seems to be fine.
We're gonna jump down and have a quick peek at what's going on.
I think ZGS lost control there.
Oh.
As he is now getting caught right up on the lead pack. Which, the top three just seems to be the best pawns, Kenny and Smokemon right now, as there's a nearly 2 second gap between third and fourth here.
Oh so yeah, there is.
As I'm on board with Smokemon, he goes purple through sector 1.
He's gaining slightly on Kenny. I think there could be a move made there. It's just a case of waiting to see, because Kenny's also right behind the best pawns. So at this rate, you never really know what could be going on. I mean, there could be a whole fight for first place between the front three.
A 3-second penalty from the best pawns isn't going to help him out, though.
Oh, definitely not. No. Because they're that tight, and Kenny is literally right on his tail. He might go for a move here, I don't know. But at the rate, to be honest, at the same time, Kenny doesn't exactly need to risk overtaking him. As long as he can stay just behind him, then that 30 seconds is going to kill him, really.
As Smokemon goes fastest, right in behind Kenny.
Oh, go on. He's got the pace.
DRS is now enabled. They won't get in this long stretch here, but they will get it coming in at the end of Sector 1 through Turn 3.
Oh, yeah.
Or will they? Because that is a connected DRS zone from only one DRS detection. I'm not sure if they will.
Kenny's went off the track a little bit there.
And right behind him, Smokemon lost a little bit of traction. As they don't get DRS through this section.
He is catching him. Will he make the move?
Opts out of it there. You see Kenny get a little loose again.
There's definitely... I mean, he's letting him know he's there, for sure. I think it's not long... Because that pace that he's holding up is definitely... He's right on his tail. He's not dropping back. I've only seen him go over half a second. Like, barely. But it does look like he is dropping back.
He's got a really good run out of the S's here. He's made up a little bit of ground. He's got the DRS. This straight doesn't seem to be long enough for him to take a lunge as he just breaks in time before hitting him and gets a little bit loose there.
A little bit of a kiss there, to be fair, nearly.
Yeah. But he should, I'd imagine, unless he loses it out from this last turn through 16 and 17 here, he should get the best pawns with this very long DRS stretch.
Oh yeah, he got some good carrying speed there through that corner. And I can see, it looks almost as if the best pawns is actually opening up the gap even more. But no, it's closing now. He's taken off.
No,
just off 100 of something there, really.
No, it seemed like the best pawns did get the better run here, but now Kenny takes a look to the inside.
It's so close. There's some pitting going on down at the midfield. I wonder who will be first from the front to dive into those pits.
Yeah, when does this strategy come in? If Kenny feels like he can't pass the best pawns, or if best pawns is parking his car in the right spots on the track, when do you think his moment is to just kind of call it and say, okay, I'm just going to undercut him?
True. That's what I was thinking, to be fair. I mean, either he could go in for the early pit and then try and make up the time on new tyres, or he could stay out and
He's got a really good run here. He's right tight on the back.
Oh,
Now he does have the
he's
inside
making a
as he's
move.
wheel to wheel. Through turn 13 here, the best
Oh.
pawn does not give in. He does keep the
He
inside
was
line.
pinched. He
And
was going.
Kenny did pick up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles in that, unfortunately. So the best pawns holds first place.
He's definitely not giving up that position easily.
There we go,
And
the
he's
best
going into
pawns
that pit.
will take the pit, but Kenny will get DRS here for the next 2 sectors, which will be huge. And he's going to have Smokemon to deal with now for first place.
I'm going to jump over and see what is going on.
Smokemon now got the inside line here, sorry. And he does and get that job done. Oh, as he goes right into the front of Kenny's wing and he sticks the landing, we can say. Both of them will get DRS, but Smokemon comes out on top as he is now in first place. I don't see any true damage to Kenny's wing here, so it seemed after that collision he's alright.
Yeah. Sector 2 yellow flag. Let's have a quick peek and see what's going on down Sector 2.
That was them just overtaking Corvette, which is the lead pack here. Kit Link has actually found himself some pretty good pace here, and is only just a second and a quarter just outside this lead pack here.
He's definitely getting up there with him.
Kenny's got the outside line now.
Outside.
As they touch wheels, now Kenny with the inside line, wheel to wheel, he's going to push him right to the outside. Smokemon stays back and then turns it back into the inside, but Kenny sticks it. Who's going to get DRS here?
For it.
Are they going to both stay out? They do both stay out. Smokemon will get DRS. That is huge for Kit Link.
Is right on their tail.
Exactly.
Kit Link's right behind them. You know, with Smokemon and Kenny together, intertwined, you know, dealing with their stuff, Kit could just pass them both, and he's actually got by Kenny by the look of it. And he has.
He's got past Kenny. And went for the inside line on Smokemon there. And then does end up getting the job done. As now he's found himself up into first after that battling between Kenny and Smokemon slowed him up enough. Kenny's not done with this quite yet here. As actually, yes he is, as he draws back into third.
See, Kit Link's done well there. He's come out of nowhere. He saw Smokemon and Kenny fighting out, and he's been like, alright guys, you know what, you guys, you know, keep focused on each other. I'm just going to slide by. And he's actually done a really good job getting by. And now he's actually opening up a bit of a gap. Actually,
he lost it a little bit there.
Oh, he did.
And Kenny comes right back as now they're wheel to wheel going through this S's here. As Smokemon gets pushed out a little bit wide, Kenny will collect second place once again as they continue to go back and forth.
This is very entertaining.
On Thursday night at Monza, Kenny and the Smokemon actually finished 2-3 in that race, so maybe another podium for each of them today.
Oh, Sector 3 yellow. Don't think it's anything too interesting.
Oh, actually, ZGS lost it there, and right in front of the pit lane as Kenny was coming in, or Smokemon, sorry, and Smokemon ended up getting a piece of him. I'm not sure if he'll need a new wing, but that is going to slow him up now quite a bit, as that probably took away a second of his time just trying to get into the pit lane.
Oh yeah. Kit's also he's got a little bit of wing damage there, to be fair, which could hinder him a little bit. And there's another yellow flag, but I can't work out what is going on right now. I'm gonna have a flick through and see.
That's through turn 4 and 5 there, I think in Astenik.
Oh.
That was Astenik. He must have lost it at some point.
Sector 1. That Monkey Mafia's had a little bit of an issue, I think.
Yeah, Monkey Mafia lost out, or he spun out, sorry, and lost himself a position.
It happens to the best of us.
For sure.
He's on the Super Softs as well.
Yeah, look at that gap between the best Pawns, who's now in 5th, and Smokemon all the way down in 10th now, so after Kenny, Kit Link, and Random Serious Pit, and a JC Blackley, I'm assuming, that position is just going to go right to best Pawns for first place in this race once again.
The thing is, though, C Barrier is not far behind him. There's roughly a second in it, but I don't know if he can get in that DRS zone and, you know, just stay in behind him, then he can use that to his advantage and he could even catch him up. I don't think that's too out of the picture. But he's going to have the pace for it, and these F2 cars are not always the easiest to run. They can be quite slippy. Yellow flag in sector 3. Oh! And there's been a spin out there. I think that may be Cam or C Freeman. I can't tell right now. No,
it's 78 Corvette.
78 Corvette. That's not the one.
The pink and the salmon.
Out.
Yeah, he's called the session. And there you go, Kit Link picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's going way wide through these SS sections. But he does end up keeping that pace and will probably keep first place here, but these two need to pit soon because that gap between the best pawns in this lead pack here is ever so slightly closing.
Oh, it is. And seeing best pawns, he's going around that track with some intent. Like, you can see what he's wanting to do here. He's definitely not mucking around.
Yeah,
Kenny's pitted.
Kenny's now into the pit. Kit Link.
So we will see who comes out on top here. I reckon the best pawns might just be able to make it, but we'll see.
I think he will as well. Kenny is still yet to move. Now he has started moving in the pit lane. He's going to have to slow up. As now he will come past him.
Yeah.
As now Kenny can release. He's going to find himself right by Seabury.
The two teammates, I guess.
Yes.
Could be worse people to be beside, I guess. But I say that, and the best pawns is 3 seconds behind Random Serious. But Kit Link is yet to pit, so at this rate, I don't know. I really can't tell. Oh wait, sorry, he's 10 seconds behind Random Serious, but
Seabury, you're going wheel to wheel, through turn 4 there. Kenny will get the job done as he's got the very much fresher tires here.
Oh yeah, especially with the super softs.
Yeah.
Over the softs. He's going to get that little bit of extra oomph on his car. And there he is, opening up a little bit of a gap now. It's 1.5 seconds. He is disappearing. Those super softs have definitely made a difference. He's opened up a 1.5 second gap within, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Know who has also extremely made a difference here is, don't look now, but I thought Random Series pitted in this race. Hasn't pit. He's already pit, and he has moved up 15 positions, and he's in first place with a 10-second gap between him and the best pawns. And he's got
I don't think he's got any penalties or anything.
No. If he can make these tires last and hold off the best pawns for 6 laps, then that win is his.
Well, he's just set a sector 1 time at 32.25 seconds, which is only Spaceman's gone out.
Seem to have lost it just at the end of the S's there through sector 2. And is that a safety car right now? I think it's just a virtual safety.
I think Kit Link's just went out.
Yes, he did. I'm not sure what happened there. He seemed to have just lost himself at the end of turn 1.
Oh no. That's a nightmare. He was doing very well this race as well. Very well.
Yep.
Oh, he's sat right in the middle of the track, Spaceman is sat. But Random Serious is, you know, he's setting that pace. This safety car may be a help for him. It's the virtual safety car, so it's not really as if everyone is going to be all stuck together again. And
now we go green and DRS is back on. Random Serious ended up kind of growing that lead. It seemed for a second there, but it's back down to 10 seconds.
And now under 10.
He's got 5 or 6 total laps to make up that gap. He does have the fresher tire, the same tire compound, but the fresher tire.
But will that make a 9-second difference in only 5 laps? That's the question.
For sure. That undercut, it seemed, and he may have to deal with Kenny here, as Kenny is on the super softs. As he does pick up another 3-second penalty, that may be it for him. But he is on the super softs. He may be able to challenge him just for, you know, position's sake, but he should drop down back into third if he does overtake the best pawns.
Yeah. Smoky Mon's come up. He's past C. Barry. I've just noticed that actually in the corner of my eye. Having a look through the grid, seeing if there's any little midfield battles on, and I've seen Lord Zed is seemingly catching the Garrus Vac.
Oh, you actually said that pretty well.
I do think I was sat there. I was prepping for that.
Oh, he got some really good run out of those S's. He should be able to take Garrus Vac here.
Oh yeah, and he's going for it.
Ooh.
On the inside line. He's went wide there, but he's still in front.
Speaking of Kenny earlier, he's now cut that gap to only 1.5 seconds now as he took fastest lap there.
Oh, go on. He's making it known that he's not playing games.
Unfortunately here for the Lord Zed, Garrus Vac will... No, he doesn't get DRS as he was just outside of 1 second of Kenny. So he should get an easy pass onto the Garrus Vac coming into turn 1 here. And then coming into that second DRS sector, he may be able to overtake C. Barry as well. Oh, as the Garrus Vac doesn't give in at all. And finds himself back into 7th.
And now... Mahi's right behind him as well. Mahi, sorry.
Yeah.
It took me a second. But he's caught right up to them because they're racing very defensively, trying to, you know, keep their positions. And with a little bit of slowing down due to that reason, Mahi's got right on their tail. But he seems to be dropping back a little bit now.
Speaking about right on the tail, I'm on with Kenny now for the battle for 2nd place. As those super softs are really coming into play now, as he gives the best pawns a little bit of a lub tap coming through the stadium section there. Through turn 14 and 15 into 16. Kenny will take DRS coming to that long straight there as we just finish up on turn 17 here. Kenny within 1/2 second now. Got a pretty decent run. Ooh, as we seem to have lost Asenik just out of turn 3 there.
Oh no.
Is that a full-on safety car or is it just a virtual right now?
Severe collision down the grids. Oh, that's a bad one. He's right out there. Gonna have a little peek as to what's going on. But that does not look healthy.
No, for sure. It's parked in it's parked in a very awkward spot here. There you go. You see the debris.
Oh yeah. But at the same time, I think that between Kenny and the best pawns, this is going to be a very interesting last couple of laps.
For sure. That's I gotta say that virtual safety car there. Unfortunately helps, or I guess fortunately helps out the best pawns as Kenny was right on his tail coming into that turn there.
Yeah, but it looks like it's back off.
He does get the DRS there.
Kenny is right on his tail. Is he going to try and go in the inside? No, he's playing it cool.
I think
but he's on those super softs.
It's the smart move. He just needs to get a good run out of turn 16 and 17 here.
And he's done it. He's done it very well.
Yeah, he does keep it close. Now just under 0.4 of a second here. Is the straight long enough? As you see that gap starting to close ever so slightly.
I think it might just be a little bit too long. But he's got the good run up, and he's went a little bit wide there, but he's right on his tail. and he is not giving up without a fight. Well, if you get him on this DRS.
Oh, he does take a peek at the inside. The Best Pawns goes to defend the outside, and they hold wheel to wheel here.
And it looks like Kenny's managed it.
Kenny does get the job done.
Smooth and steady.
And while that all went down, the Garris Vac overtook C. Berry for 6th place. As now C. Berry has Lord Zed to deal with.
Kenny is slowly but surely closing the gap on 1st place on random series. But with 2 laps left, I don't think that a 6-second margin is going to be shut down.
No,
but
maybe.
There could be a mistake. Anything can happen, really.
Maybe when he was just fresh, but not now, because his tires are definitely gotten some use into him.
Yeah, especially with that fight with Best Pons for 2nd place. Although Smokey Mon is right on Best Pons now, and he's right behind him, and he's going to go for the overtake, I reckon.
Oh, he will get it. He had a great lunge out of that last, or great traction out of that last lap there. As he does get a clean pass onto the Best Pawns. And he'll also collect DRS as well coming out of turn 3 here.
There's the escaping situation for Smokey Mon now. He just needs to stay in front of the Best Pawns for the next lap and a half, and he's on podium. Down the grid, there doesn't seem to be much happening, but C. Barry is closing the gap, I'd like to say, on Mahi Mahi.
He actually got overtook by Mahi Mahi just earlier.
Yeah, but I don't think he's given up on that, but I look now and he seems to be dropping off the pace a little bit.
No, unfortunately, with that incident early on there, he's got some really old tires here.
Oh, that's not ideal for anyone.
No, it's unfortunate.
Especially him.
Yeah, he did find himself in 6th place for a while, but then the likes of the Garris Vac, Lord Zed, and Mahi Mahi, all with the fresher tires, were able to overtake him.
And I'd just like to point out quick that Kenny has managed to shut that 6-second gap over the last lap to 2 seconds flat.
Random Series won't win.
Is out.
He didn't use a second tire compound, as all that 20-lap driving ended up for nothing, as he has found himself out of this race. He must have gotten into an accident early on and never changed his tire compound.
Well, that is gutting for him. Very annoying. He was holding up so well at the front. It was the last lap as well. So it looks like Kenny could take this one. Into the DRS zone nearly now.
It seemed we lost C. Barry as well.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, C. Barry also claiming that he had the same problem. He didn't end up switching his tire compounds.
Oh. Such a nightmare.
As we may see Kenny come home with his first Midwest F1 League win, unless it is up to the penalties and the stewards here. Kenny and Smokemon both get very slippery. Smokemon's going to take a nice lunge at the end here, and yes, Kenny does collect quite a few penalties and will jump himself into second, but will end up holding second. The Best Pawns finds himself in third. Smokemon picks up another win for his trophy cabinet, we can say, as he's collected quite a few here. Cam in fourth. The Lord Zed seems to be in fifth, barring any penalties. Mahi Mahi, the Garris Vac. Noganator in 8th. We can see if he'll hold that position, as there is 2 seconds between him and JC Blackley, so penalties may come into situation on this one, as yes it will.
Oh, and it does.
Noganator did pick up quite a few penalties there, and will find himself into 9th place. We still have a little bit of racing here, as Bloxham is right tight onto C. Freeman. But C. Freeman does end up losing a little bit of his control there. Bloxham... Ooh, C. Freeman really blocks the inside line there. And
Well, with
blocks
the
him will get the
penalties, he
last.
dropped position.
Yes, blocks him will get the last lap there and find himself up into the top 10. Mahi Mahi, the man who runs this league, seems to be finding himself in a nice, comfortable 12th place, we can say, as he just survived for the points today.
Well, that was very interesting. I will give it that. And
yes, that was very entertaining, to say the least.
I don't get how. I mean, the situation with the tyres. I don't know how that's managed to happen. But Lord Zed actually got driver of the day, so that was. It must have been a very. It was a good drive from him today, very clean, and that's why he got that position, because of penalties and stuff. He had a really good drive and it worked out well for him.
We're have to go into the F2 rules here, as both Random Series and C. Barry did, or I'm not sure which one of them just sent in a picture into the, or Asnick actually did them a favor, sending in a picture of them starting on the Super Softs. So if it's my guess, they didn't do a complete lap. If I'm having to guess here, this is complete just speculation, is that they didn't do a complete lap with that said tire compound.
Yeah.
Because I believe they both got into an incident at the start of the race and ended up having to pit before they completed a lap on that tire compound. But anywho, as we'll go down the order quickly here, we got Smokemon, Kenny, and Best Pawns up on the podium. Cam, 4th, Lord Zed, Mahi Mahi, Verospec, JC Blackley, Noganator, Mahi Mahi, or Monkey Mafia, sorry, MX Bloxam, Freeman, ZGS, Tim Lee, Asnick, Kit Link, Spaceman, Random Series, and Seaberry are the ones who unfortunately will not collect points, as does the Corvette with no points as well. But please stay tuned, as we are going to jump into the sprint race for today, as the top 8 finishing order are going to be reversed here, and we're going to get a nice 12% race coming in, which ends up being very exciting, to say the least.
Yeah, there's no holding back from anyone in this sprint race because the points are there to be taken. And if you can get in front, you've not got long to get until you get to that checkered line. So, in the end of the day, that's where you want to be. And I think everyone's going to be fighting for that tooth and nail. So we might be in for some very interesting situations coming into turn 1, 2, and 3, etc., etc. But if it's anything like the last race, it's going to be very interesting because that's an interesting one with that tyre situation though, because that's a new one for me. I was not expecting that at all.
No, nor was I, and that's the only thing that I could imagine that being the reason for. But just quite unfortunate for Random Series and Seaberry, as after all that hard work, I guess you can say they won't be ending up collecting points for this race.
But here we go. And it's lights out. We're off. JC Blackley up front. Gareth Vac right in behind him. And Mahi Mahi, it's a tiny little bit of a gap, but he's going for that inside line. And I don't know if I think he might do it. He might make that dive. Not if Smokemon gets in there first though, but a little bit of a slide there from him. And as we go into turn 3, Gareth is right out in front, with JC Blackley right in behind him. Coming into the presidential curve and
Mahi Mahi clipped one of the drivers there, and they end up doing a nice little spin off the side. I think that was Cam, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Ooh, Random Series does a little bit of Tokyo drifting right in front of Tim Lee, and then ends up spinning right off the track here.
Oh yeah, but he's heading back on by the looks of it. Yeah, he's all right. He's managed to keep it on. It doesn't look like he's got much damage, to be fair.
We do have a virtual safety car. Ooh, and
Monkey Mafia's went out.
Monkey Mafia, sorry, thank you.
Oh no. Where's that happened? Just after turn 17. Oh,
right in
there's
the
two
stadium
cars.
section.
It looks like a... I don't know who those two cars are. Well, I know one's Monkey Mafia, but the other one is up for debate. But Random Serious is down. Oh, and someone else is and he almost comes across and wipes everyone out on the main straight.
Who was that,
I think that's.
ZGS?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, it was ZGS who lost it in the main straight there.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
saw someone flying across the middle.
we go back to being
But
green as we'll jump right on board with the lead pack here. Mahi Mahi seemed to quickly collect 5th place from Kenny there, as Kenny's got a little bit of work to do now with 5 cars ahead of him between him and his first win, as he got hit behind there from look like Noganator, and now Kenny's got a lot of work to do as he's now into 8th place, or it was the Best Pawns. I think the Best Pawns got right into the back of Kenny there and spun him off to the side, as you could hear that a little bit of collision, and then off goes Kenny.
I saw that out of the corner of my eye, I did, and I was wondering what was going on there, but I mean, it's a sprint race now. Everyone's going for it. There's no niceties, but yeah, it's looking pretty interesting down the grid a little bit. Between 2nd and 10th, there's not a lot of time at all, and you can just see those green and red arrows just showing how many positions are being swapped around left, right, and centre.
For sure.
There's like not even half, between half a second and a second between each car from 5th to 9th, so I mean, they're not messing around.
No,
Definitely not messing around.
We got another virtual safety car here. There must have been an incident down in the back of the pack. It looks like that's, yes, Asnick is into the pit.
Yeah. Bloxham's got another 3-second time penalty.
We're back to green here. Kenny seemed to have been able to close that gap a little bit. It seems to be about 2 seconds out there. The Garris Vac is about a second, or it's just over a second gap between him and Lord Zed, as that now is rapidly closing. The Lord Zed now pulling within a second, as he's really hit those slaloms with some pace.
Oh yeah. He's managed to take nearly 4/10 of a second off.
For sure.
He's getting it, and that's half a second. Oh my days, he's getting right in there now.
He's showing a lot more ferociousness coming through this stadium section than Garris Vac. He seems to be a little bit more. He just doesn't have that that sheer power coming through. As Lord Zed will get DRS here, and it seems to be that the happy number is just under 4th tenths here. So he's got traction, he's got the pace, he's using that slipstream. And the Garris Vac, he takes the inside line. The Garris Vac doesn't give
that was
up.
Close.
The Garris Vac takes him back over as they do a nice little snow. Doesn't fully go on the switchback here. He will get DRS once again. He's going to have Smokemon to deal with as well, so he's going to want to dispatch Garris Vac pretty quick here, as unfortunately he won't be able to come into this section here.
Oh, but he's went on the inside.
Beautiful little switchback there.
Oh, they are close. And he pinches him, but he's given him enough room. And now, can he get round this corner? With
the Smokemon breaks late and knocks Garris Vac right into front, and will send Lord Zed off. And then there goes Mahi Mahi into first place.
Oh dear. I was on board there with the Best Ponds and Lord Zed, sorry. And that did not look fun. That was pretty gutting. I mean,
Absolutely.
I would not be happy.
Terrible luck from the Garris Vac and Lord Zed, as unfortunately the Smokemon just knocked the back, and then one kind of went into the other, and then Mahi Mahi was, if you saw him there, whoa, Asnick, right into the barrier there, right in front of everyone, as we'll have a full-blown safety car here, as now we do see all these cars pitting, as we got a little bit of racing to the pits here. We got a little bit ghosting, and
that's the thing, Lord Zed's going to have to get a whole new wing on there, so that's going to take him a little bit of extra time, which he really doesn't need. but everyone else is in the pits now. The top 10 are in the pits, and that's everyone. I don't think anyone's missing out on this opportunity, to be fair.
Don't look now, but Random Sirius has once again found himself all the way up at the top there.
Oh yeah, he's in fourth. He somehow sneaks up there. I'm on board with him right now, and it looks like he's having a bit of fun. He's still got his whole wing intact. He just sneaks up the grid.
Exactly that.
And then you notice him. Then you notice him when he's just in behind podium positions, and you know, hopefully he can get some points this race, because obviously what happened in the last one was a bit mystifying, if I did say so myself.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just something that you got to learn off of. It is what it is at that point. You just got to take the L and just kind of focus on to this and just learn what you did wrong.
Yeah.
And the same thing with C. Barry there, as I'm on with him actually right now. Him being in his third place.
Yeah. Cam's doing well up in second though.
Yeah, after getting spun out early.
Race, he was doing well. Yes, as well as that.
But 1 to 4 have yet to pit in this race. So
see, with this safety car, it might be worth jumping in.
You're gonna. I imagine you should just jump in right now while you still have a chance to move up the order.
Oh well, that's what C. Barry's doing as he slides into that pit lane.
Yeah, see, I think you just got to take a chance and pit. Hopefully that, because even if they do hold off all these guys, they're all going to. Oh, so sprint races don't require a pit stop, is what I'm getting told here.
Freeman's just retired from the session.
Where is that?
I'm intrigued to see what happened there, but I can't go and view it. He's just disappeared. The best Pons is hugging the back of that safety car. I think he's loving this situation, really. If I'm right, he has fresh tyres, and he's at the front, and we're halfway through the race, and I think he might be on his way to, if he can keep up the pace and not make any mistakes, to a win here. But obviously we can't be that quick to judge, as we saw what happened the last race. So,
for sure. So especially now these top 3 don't need to pit. All they have to do is just kind of hold off. I guess JC, Blackley, Kenny, the Noganator has found himself in a 6 now between him and Smokemon. There's been a pretty good battle. Sorry, continue.
Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say there's been a pretty good battle today, just kind of between Kenny and the Smokemon. They found himself in tying up a couple times today.
Yeah, they have. It's been entertaining to watch as well. And the thing I'm loving about this is the fact that when people are going for passes, they're still so respectful on the track. And it's really nice to see. And that's for the good thing, because in a lot of races you see, before you know it, half the grid are gone, because people are just too all over the place, you know. But today everyone's been really respectful, giving each other enough space on the track. There's not been much shunting and bumping, and yeah, of course, the expected little knocks here and there and accidental situations, but no one's been, you know, over the top in their driving, and it's been nice to watch and entertaining as well.
C. Barry did end up coming into the pit now.
Oh yeah, he's down there in 16th place.
I imagine this is where... Oh, Noganator unfortunately picking up a penalty. This has got to be the lap where the safety car comes in. All this, everyone should be able to catch up to the pack here.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Corvette's just exiting the pit here. He's got a half a lap to do. I don't think so, but I imagine the safety car is going to get called in.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure if you noticed, but splitting Random Sirius and JC Blackley is 78 Corvette. who is a lap back.
And that's going to cause problems for JC Blackley.
For
Unless
sure.
78 Corvette lets him by. But, you know, I don't think does he need to?
Oh, we seem to have got a little bit of bumping there as JC Blackley kind of found himself really tight on Corvette, and when Corvette stopped for that turn, he kind of knocked right into the back of him, and then Kenny, knocked right into the back of JC. As now Kenny's got some wing damage.
And we're starting again. JC Blackley's in the middle of a Kenny. No, well, sorry. A78 was in the middle of a Kenny and JC sandwich. But Kenny's going for it, and it looks like he's going to get this inside line and into the first corner. But JC could stay on the outside, but Kenny goes a little bit wide, brakes a bit sharpish there, and round the front. But there's been a yellow flag in sector 1, and Smoky Mon is out of the race. And there's been a bit of a big crash. Smoky Mon's out.
Smoke One and Spaceman
in front of him. And that is definitely not healthy.
No, unfortunately, that's not what you want to see from teammates as well. As Dams seem like they have both of their drivers out. Or Spaceman does collect himself here, but will collect himself back into 15th place.
Yeah. But yeah, the aftermath of that was pretty interesting. Oh, and Tim Lee goes right into the side of A78 Corvette. And Tim Lee's out of the race as well by the looks of it. I don't know, actually.
No, he's collecting himself.
As he reverses into the wall.
So, I'm not sure if you know this, but 78 Corvette is actually Tim Lee's dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, but Tim Lee's got some wing damage by the looks of it because he's just went off the track. And he's stopping at the sides. So let's see Barry by. I don't know, maybe he's got a problem with his car. I can imagine a little bit of wing damage after that collision, because I saw it from behind. And Tim Lee came across right into the side of A78 Corvette. But if you look, Lord Zed is right behind Diggs, and into turn 4, takes the outside line, cuts right across the front, and he's right on the back of the Garros Vac, and it's quite tight in the middle of the field here.
Yeah, it hasn't really opened up since that safety car there.
Oh no, it hasn't. And now I'm watching from behind, and the Garros Vac looked like he's going for the inside there, but just missed out on the opportunity. But
so you can see that X on Kit Link's car, which means that is a Ghost car.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord Zed did overtake the Garros Vac there.
Oh, he did. But the Garros Vac comes right back and lunges forward. But he goes on the inside and goes to take both cars. 3-second penalty for Cam there. And he's on the outside now. Oh, and he gets a little nudge in the back, but he continues on, and he's overtaking the both of them.
And then Kit Link in the bot ends up taking that position back.
Well, it looks like Kit is catching the Garros Vac, but they're both flat out. I don't know if he's going to make that first corner and challenge him for the position.
Yeah, so this Kit Link car here is actually a bot, so I think they're set at about 80 difficulty or something like that, so I don't think he'd...
But the Garros Vac's made a little mistake there.
Ooh, as when we were switching over there, we saw a little bit of wing kind of fly through the camera there, which was pretty cool. I believe that was the Garros' Vac's wing.
Yeah, he did have a little awkward situation there, and it does look like he's slow around the corners because he's got less downforce due to that wing damage.
Oh, as we lost ZGS through turn 6, or through turn 5 there, into 6, as he falls back in behind Seabury.
He's slipping around a little bit, but he's getting there, and he's He's going to go for C. Barry, I'm reckoning.
Random Series had a terrible stadium section there, but got a really good jump out of turn 17. Kenny now has 5 flap fresher super softs and is really making up. He should be able to take him here.
On the outside line.
Yes, he will make that clean, and he will get DRS going through this other straight stretch here as well. But does pick up a 3-second time penalty when all is said and done.
I see him coming into the corner now, and Random Sirius is right on his tail.
No, he will not give up that position for sure.
Oh no.
Cam can see first place. He can nearly touch it there. He's just within a half a second from the best pawns. He's having a much better S's section here.
He is shutting that time gap down fairly quickly.
Now within a quarter of a second, doesn't seem like this run-up will be long enough for him to take a true lunge. Once again, we just go back to that turn 16 and 17. If he can take a good clean line and keep solid traction and give himself a good run, he will have a chance going into turn 1.
On this straight, he could definitely make up some space. He's dropped a little bit far, but he'll still get the DRS.
He will get the DRS. It's going to bring him in close, but it's not tight enough yet right now. Ooh, he had a really nice slalom there.
Oh, he did. And he shut that gap down. He's half the gap, really. Random Sirius is gaining on Kenny. And he goes for the overtake. Kenny goes onto the grass a little bit. And Random Sirius takes that inside line. But, oh, he locks up. And Kenny stays in third. And Random Sirius drops down to a whole second behind. We jump back up into the first-second battle.
As Cam gets right on the back and then sends the best pawns in the wall, and then Cam unfortunately goes off.
Oh no, that is insane. That was intriguing to watch.
I was right on the back with Cam there too. Quite unfortunate. He drops down the order, is now in 8th place. That's where he's going to settle. As his quest for podium for today is unfortunately seemingly over.
Yep. Well, there's a little bit of interesting battling going on between Lord Zed and Bloxham. I mean, he's not far behind.
Didn't seem like that gap between Lord Zed and Blockman was close enough.
Nah. But Random Sirius is trying to get by Kenny. And he's... Oh, there's a bump. A little kiss. He's going around that corner, and if he can get a good line through the S's, he's going to hopefully make up some time and make this last lap an interesting lap. And he's right on Kenny. And he's gaining on him. From the onboard camera, he is in a very dangerous position. Got that DRS, and he's going to try and take the inside, but he's not quite close enough for it.
No, he wasn't able to take a true lunge there.
The thing is, Kenny's on the super softs, and Random Sirius is only on the softs. But he is not far behind, and Kenny goes for power out of that corner, and he's opening up a bit of a gap on Random Sirius. But if you look closely, Mahi is right behind Random Sirius, and it's anyone's caught who's going to be going into this first corner in one piece. Random Sirius takes the wide line. And Mahi is licking his lips because with Random Serious and Kenny fighting over that second place, then if something happens, Mahi could just come out of nowhere and take that position.
As all that went down, Noganator found himself overtaking
Yeah.
Tim Lee through the stadium section there for 12th place. But right now the true battle is for that last, I guess, the 2 podium spots here. As Mahi's getting a really good run out of the stadium section. Ooh,
Kenny
jumps
cuts
into the
track
inside.
there, and Mahi goes through.
Mahi now takes 3rd place on the final lap. Coming into the stadium section here, Random Series sees his podium just go to the wayside there.
But with Kenny's penalty, there's a potential that Random might end up in the podium still.
Very true. Mahi in 3rd doesn't look like he will be able to take a true lunge, as Kenny will come across the line and smack the wall and will drop down. Oh, Lord Zed actually gets podium, as Random Series had some penalties there and some major jumping. Kenny had some astronomical penalties as he goes from 2nd place all the way to 7th.
I don't even think the penalties were that bad. I think the grid was just so tight together after that safety car that everyone's pace was fairly similar, and that's just resulted in it being unlucky for him.
Kenny won't be able to add that podium to his collection, as he's going to have to throw 7th place in there as well.
Yeah.
Winning the race is the best pawns. Mahi coming in 2nd as he collects a podium. Lord Zed.
Spaceman jumps right over the Noganator again.
As
And the
the
Noganator drops another place.
Going down into 14th there. Random Series will get 4th after everything is said and done. Had 3rd for a split moment there, but unfortunately a penalty was his doing for the day. JC Blackley in 5th. MX Bloxham in 6th. Kenny, 2nd place finisher. 7th place point getter, we can say, I guess. Cam going into 8th, and we'll finish the rest once we get into that screen.
I think a really good race for Mahi there.
Yeah, he kind of came into it right at the end.
Yeah, I think both drivers done really well in that race, and to be fair, they did pick up a few points. There you go.
I mean, you got to be honest, that song never gets old.
Nah, it does not get old. But that was a very good race. And the best Pons takes it by, well, 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
In the end, after all the penalties were said and done.
Oh yeah. Mahi had a really good race. Up from, well, 3rd. Lord Zed done well, but Random Series up from 18th to 4th. Like, come on, that is a good race.
For sure.
Yeah.
Very well done from him.
Bloxham done well as well, very well. Kenny managed to stay in 7th, even with all the little bumps and grinds going on. C. Barry also came up the field quite a lot, so did Kit Link and Spaceman. But we do have to remember there was a couple of DNFs down toward the end of the, well, 4 to be precise. An A7 Corvette had a little bit of an issue when Tim Lee smashed into the side of him. And yeah,
his own son.
At the end of the day, yeah, I know. It's like when Hans. Oh, is that too soon? Hans Solo.
Right.
It's so upsetting. But Monkey Mafia, I don't know what happened there.
We'll see. I'll try and get Smokemon, and we'll just only take 2 today.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
You know
So
what's also funny? A7 Corvette and JC Blakely both got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with each other.
yeah, it was pretty crazy stuff today. Both those races had some excitement to go into them, say the least.
I also haven't. I've worked out a little bit as to what happened with Mahi Mahi. It turns out he put wets on instead of super softs. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I just read that as well. So
we all have situations like that, I guess.
for sure, I'll get the best pawns in here, as Smokemon was the
Go for it.
race one winner, but I know for a fact that he doesn't have a very good camera, or the camera microphone.
Maybe with all those race wins, swap the champagne in for a microphone.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if I can get a couple answers from them quick. But other than that, I gotta say it was a very successful race week one here today.
Oh yeah, it was. It was entertaining, interesting, and also respectful. Even with the few bumps and stuff, you know, everyone was trying to give each other space and make it, you know, a good race for everyone. And that's what you want to see, really. You know.
For sure, it's a little bit more chaotic, say the least, because these guys aren't as used to the F2 cars as the F1, so
Yeah.
you don't see them having as much control as they normally do. But,
Yeah.
I guess while we're here, I can plug that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, everyone, for our Thursday night Tier 1 League as we go all the way from Monza, Italy, into Hungary. So actually, not that far. But we go from Monza to Hungary as we'll be in for the first time in the MidWest F1 League, as the drivers have been very open about being somewhat afraid of this track. So they've been putting in a lot of time. I don't want to say that. They know that it's a tough track, so they're putting in plenty of time on Ring. I truly enjoy that track, but it's a track that brings
Yeah.
in some tight passing, I guess you can say.
You know, with people practicing and getting used to the track and the conditions and stuff like that, well, it should make for a more interesting race because everyone should have that little bit more pace and hopefully a little bit more confidence in passing and, you know, putting in those moves and, in the end of the day, make a more interesting race for us all to watch.
For sure.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that track. Like I said, it's one of my preferred ones, but it is tight passing. And but we're gonna get back to our F1 cars, and you're gonna see a lot of these guys more in their comfort zones. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we'll be able to collect a driver for an interview today, as I'd like to get the two race winners, but they seem to be celebrating. We'll just say that. So I guess we'll just bring it home. And like, what are your last thoughts on today's race?
I got to say, there was a lot of passing going on. I mean, everyone was giving it good. Like, I don't think there was much mistakes made, really. But in the end of the day, the racing itself, the passing, the moves, like, people were being respectful. It was a good environment, and quite frankly, it was clean, crisp, and bar the father-son explosive crash in the second race.
Yeah.
I think all in all, there's literally nothing you could really point out. I think everyone held good pace. People were up and down the grid a lot. I mean, everyone was giving it their all, and yeah, it was a good race.
I completely both races today actually were had some some solid excitement. As I'm tripping over my tongue here. Puffy Piglet is throwing out a great job commentating. That's very much appreciated there, Mr. and
Thanks,
Mrs.
guys.
Piglet. And thank you for the follow as well here, as I see you did that 2 minutes ago. come back tomorrow, Puffy, for our Tier 1 race. As home here, if you don't mind. But so, like I said, tomorrow we're in Hungary at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, and I think it's 11:30 in Australia. Like I said, I need to know this. Stat has told me this countless amount of times, but I keep forgetting. But please tune into that. Tune into our YouTube channel if you miss any race. Everything gets thrown up through there. All of our schedules and results and standings and whatnot all get posted through our Twitter page, so make sure to give us a follow on there. It's just simply at mid underscore F1. That's at mid underscore F1. So if you please give us a follow there, give us some views on YouTube, give us some likes and whatnot, and please give us some views, and we very much appreciate everything. So with that being said, we will see hopefully everyone tomorrow.
Yeah. Again next Wednesday. I'm going to be signing off now as it's 3:44 in the UK AM.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I got to start throwing that into my timestamps now as well.
Yeah.
Because
good times.
I'm Pacific Coast. A lot of these guys are Central, but usually everyone in North America just kind of goes Pacific or East Coast, at least where I am. I guess all those guys go Central, of course. And then I've got to memorize stats, and now I got to throw in your time zone as well.
Yeah. Well, Mahi on the lobby, he's apparently from Britain as well, so that's an interesting one.
Oh God, there you go, up real late. So yeah, he's gonna be really celebrating then with his podium.
Yeah. Well, that was good. Hopefully next Wednesday is just as interesting.
For sure. Anyway, like I said before, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully we can see you tomorrow and see Wednesday and Friday as well, as we go right from Wednesday to Friday now. So please tune into all those races. Thank you very much. All right.